everyone, for some more Phoenix Wright Justice for All, and we are going to end day 1 of the trial in the case against Maximilian Galactica. In the last episode, we heard from Detective Gumshoe, and we also heard from the first witness, who was Benjamin Woodman, alongside his puppet, Triloquist. And now we're going to be listening to the second witness, which Francisco Von Karma is going to be calling up in this episode, so we'll get to hear what said witness has to say here. But anyway, hope you guys have an awesome day so far, and I should let you guys know that I definitely feel and sound a lot, I don't necessarily sound a lot better, but I definitely am not quite, my allergies have pretty much subsided in that for the time being, so yeah, this should be a lot more tolerable video as far as my narration, but anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and just get straight into it. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Which we didn't even see this last video, which I do apologize about that, but it was just because of me making that duplicate save file. So, sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means? Means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick! However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? Think about it. All they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Well, Max, I never thought of that. Should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. December 29th, 12:06 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Excuse me. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. Pitiful clown with an unfortunate distinction. I haven't seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did you just call him a pitiful clown? Poor Mo. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. I don't know if you guys caught that reference, but... Name and occupation. Will witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian locked in his plaza. Without the humor, please. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be as normal Susie self in court. Witness testimony. What you witnessed. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? What? Yeah, that's the same reaction I have. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You really will hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be a straight man later. Thank you, I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. That's what I was thinking too. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Witness testimony, what you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was a ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching him, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. This eyewitness account is to be believed. I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. We're gonna go ahead and save. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. I'm afraid if you push this witness too far, it will bring disaster upon the court. Hey there, ST. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Cross-examination. What Mo witnessed. Okay. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh. I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Well, we were threatened with a penalty if we, well, the consequences anyway if we pushed him. So, we're just gonna let it rest. Very well, Mo. How about we get back to your testimony now? This is definitely one of your more straightforward cross-examinations, Mr. Wright. Of course. You threatened me with a penalty if I don't keep the stooge in check. Okay, that's when we saw two silhouettes. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. It's the ringmaster, and he was the master who was wearing his cloak. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense, so I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmasters I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max saw he's wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. Could hear a pin drop right now. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness! Get back on track! Will the witness please testify to what he saw, and only what he saw? kept watching him, all of a sudden Max clonked him over the head. You know, Mo's testimony and what he told us yesterday are kind of different. Yeah, I noticed. We've just got to pinpoint what's changed. You can do it. You can do it, Nick! Just happened to glance out the window. Yeah, I know we've done this before, but there's a very specific reason why. But this time, instead of letting it rest, we have to keep pressing. Hey there, Devin. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday... Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Cross, please revise your testimony. I'm gonna go ahead and save. This should start turning the tables in our favor. Heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. What was it sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say... Mr. Cross, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Though, how did you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Something getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. Mo's testimony, what he told us yesterday, are kind of different. You'd say you clearly saw this even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's where I'd been, no, since... Okay, what am I missing here? Oh. You say you saw the ringmaster getting clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's a climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean a weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime and the murder committed that night?
Objection!
I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Go. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Well, of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you would be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way they could have seen Max clonk anyone. Mr. Crows, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Crows, are you starting to see thing to anger this court? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick! These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with witnesses again! So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Crows! Your Honor? You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Witness testimony. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was out to see into the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? Said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Okay. Bit far away, no doubting it. You sure that it is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. Oh, wait. Let's go ahead and save. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready! All together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw. He saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Silence, fool. You ought to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order. Order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, There weren't any roses on the person I saw.
Objection!
Crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail.
Objection!
But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them.
Objection!
Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material if that's the case? Clearly not. He is just toying with his cord. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with a court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece get-up? Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to disregard the pointless for this? Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I've had my doubts about this witness. Seems that unlike one, this witness has not grown more mature at age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. But what? There are no contradictions in his next statement. I'm prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick! This is your last chance! Witness testimony. The silhouette part 2. There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and save. Just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest bit of bludgeoning against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Crow's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. Should be at this, not as this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Okay, cross-examination. I did notice something. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Well, what about this?
Objection!
This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how one mistake exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... Hey there, Isaiah. The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true! Order! 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 Mr. Crows! Yes, Your Honor? What's the meaning of all this? You're old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean you belong to me. And no matter how old I get, I always be younger than you. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Cross. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's such a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor.
Objection!
This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. Ugh. You got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You'd say, you sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter your story as to how the criminal left the scene? Oh, I believe I have something. Let's go ahead and check this first. Remember back to what Gumshoe Meyer was saying at the day one of investigation.
Take that!
Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They weren't there. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as likely as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with the idiotic drivel. With this testimony, the truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing his silk hat. That's when I saw he... This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? Okay. This is all a dream, right? Right now, I can't believe any of this. I'm not even sure this day hasn't been some kind of Kafka-esque dream. Ow! Now do you think it's still a dream? Huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared in the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile! If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties! What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but he didn't fly that day, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow! You just told me the secret to your magic! No! I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed and never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea! Let's do our best and catch this sucker! And with that note, that is where we're going to end this. That is day 1 of the trial concluded. And in a couple days from now, we will be beginning day 2 of the investigation and find out exactly who this flying criminal could actually be. So I hope you guys looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. And I'll be seeing you guys again next time.